Hello, so we are back and we are here talking about the Kardashev scale. So, what is Kardashev scale? It is a scale measuring energy consumption and energy control of our planet and other planets, basically. And the reason he made the scale, it was in 1964, Nikolai Kardashev created it for classifying civilizations based on their technological advancement and how they harness and utilize energy. He was interested in understanding the potential future of human civilization as well as extraterrestrial, which is the other lands that exist beyond Earth. So type 1 means that you can harness all the energy on the planet that's your home planet. And then type 2 is stellar civilization that can harness energy of a star. Then we have type 3, a galactic civilization that can control an entire galaxy. Then of course we got type 4, which means universal. You can go from your star, your galaxy, to other galaxies. And then 5 is you're out of the universe. Yay. Manipulating multiple universes. Yay, the multiverse. Well, and according to his scale, Earth is at a 0.72. That's what ChatGPT told me. And I'm like, how are we at 0.72 in terms of energy? But I understand it because, we've been tapping into solar, tapping into wind power, water power, even like using poop as electricity power. I don't know why I'm tripping over words, but yeah, I don't understand it because honestly, we are not even close to being kind to each other on a large scale. If you look at even income distribution, we measure income. I believe it was like we would try mean. And when you measure in terms of mean, it can make us look like we earn more. But then you measure in terms of average, we look like, this is actually how much people are making. So mean is like you add up the incomes of everyone and then you find what's in the middle. Average is when you like have everyone's income on a line and then you look at the middle, or maybe it's different. Point is, our main income is yearly income. I want to say for people in America is like 20,000 a year, and most people are not making a lot of money, $20,000 to $30,000 a year. And even with that, like I've definitely made less than $12,000. And that was when I just got out of college. And like we keep track of this stuff. And when you look at other countries, like they can't even buy bars of soap. They are buying sachets, which is like 30 cents, which are like little plastic packets. And they have to buy that 30-cent packet like every day because they can't afford a whole bottle of shampoo or a whole bottle of soap, whole bottle of stuff. And I just think about that because I'm just like, wow, people out here getting paid in rice. And honestly, I don't think it's bad to be living simply. I don't think it's bad to not be technologically advanced because, like, even with our advancements, look at what AI does to the environment. I saw that AI was like polluting the environment. I saw that, the workers training AI, they don't get paid well. They would even get paid in like fried chicken buckets and it wouldn't be good. And so it's like, yeah, we're getting this technologically advanced, but we're also having people that are definitely lagging behind and not seeing the advancement. There are people who build computers who will never be able to play on a computer. And so it's like, okay, people are trying to be so advanced, but also not looking at caring about others. And one of the biggest issues that I see with us is that we kind of want, like, somebody must have said there's strength in numbers. So we kind of want big populations still. Like, oh no, the birth rate is declining. That's bad. But we already have people being born. But the only advantage to children specifically is just that they're growing at such a rapid pace, which means that if they're learning something, it makes them like more faster at learning it. At least that's how it was explained to me in a book on neurology. And so I understand like the emphasis on, let's say, developing a child brain because then they'll grow up into an adult genius. And that's not because they're smarter than me, it's just because their body is developing faster than ever. Like from, let's say, a baby in the womb to like being born for the first 10 months, their brain is constantly expanding. And if you are able to teach them something, they'll like get it so quick because their brain is expanding so quick. And so, yeah, I keep saying that because a lot of people be obsessed with like children being better and smarter, but it's not that they're inherently better and smarter. It's more just a growth advantage. Like once you're older, you're not growing as much. I mean, we still can like learn new things. It's a myth that adults can't learn new things. That's why I say we should invest in people that are already alive. But I still could see like the advantage in an able-bodied child, because children get disabilities too and we act like they don't. But like I was saying, Kardashev scale, we're looking at harnessing energy, but it's like we're not even redistributing the energy we get properly. And it made me think of Jacques Fresco or something. Anyway, he did like the Venus Project, and it was to show a resource-based economy. And he gives a lot of inspiration for people who feel like the world is going in a bad direction. And he was just designing like even houses that can be dented and then fix themselves. He would be designing like roads where you would never get lost in. He would be designing like cars in the shape you want. And he's like, everything is based on resources. Like, what land are you living on? What resources you have? That's how we're going to distribute it. He even talked about language, how we have so many words for things, and how instead of having like this big database of words, will just be very short, direct, and to the point. And things like that. But I just think redistributing resources to people and helping the people who want to survive and be here and be smarter and grow, like, I think that's really important, as well as giving others a choice. So this is also about how to like make a good society, in my opinion. Giving people a choice and whether they want to live and want to not, and not have them coerced into doing that, because some people, you know, we can improve their lives, we just choose not to. But I also think like that's a tricky subject, because that's kind of why we're in this society we're in, where voluntary euthanasia is so forced down, because we keep saying, oh, but we can make you better, but we can make you better, we can treat you, but like, I just think some people, you know, they should have their options to not be tortured, to not be forced to live when they don't want to. And yeah, still a touchy subject, but I feel like we can definitely push through it and help people without being so selfish, saying life is a gift for everyone and everyone has to be here through any condition because we'll figure out a way to treat it, when I don't think that's the case or true. So yeah, we gotta have like people have their own choices about their lives, even to be alive and unalive and things like that, exist and not exist. So yeah, I feel like we definitely are not moving towards a type 1 society, but according to the Kardashev scale, we're at 0.72, and 72 is way over 50%. Like, we're really gonna be understanding our technology, but it's like, I'm wondering who is the we, because even like people are getting more separate from each other, and we act like that's a good thing, but it's not that good of a thing to be separate and sharing ideas only through a screen. But I think it's good, but I also think no. And I also think like, yeah, there's a lot of problems with our society. And that's all I gotta say. That's your update. Yeah, the Kardashev scale and harnessing energy, becoming a better society. That's all I gotta say. The number two things is becoming resource based, not having to like force people to spend money. And then 2 would be like allowing people choices of like whether they want to live and, you know, not live. Those are two things I think would make a great civilization beyond just, oh, how well can we do technology and have all these slaves working for us while we have the great technology. Like the 1% gets to enjoy it and then the rest of us don't. It's not fair. And I think other people acknowledge that is not fair. And I do think people are trying to change things. It's just not happening fast enough because so many people are stuck in their old habits and not exactly seeking like herbal remedies, not eating the best foods, not surrounding themselves with the best type of frequencies. Like there's so much. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.